Nolan. Today we'll be previewing the Colorado Rockies. As you know, this team here, they're going to help build for the future, try to help build a minor league system, because this team here, on paper, it really doesn't look too good. I mean, they have a superstar in Nolan Arenado, and I don't know if he's going to stay there, if he could opt out of his contract. In my opinion, Colorado should just trade him and try to get value for him. You know, I know a lot of teams would love to go after him, have a player of his caliber on their team. Trevor story is another story, and where they should try to trade him and get value for him. I mean, they got guys that really, honestly, they need a new scenery and get it out of Colorado. As for the manager and Bud Black, if this was a 162 game season, he would have been fired already. But because it's a 60-game stretch, they'll keep him for this year. But in my opinion, I think after this year, I think he'll be gone. He wasn't that good of a manager to begin with. I never thought highly of him, and I believe they should change managers for the near future and try to get this team going young. I mean, you don't know what to expect. I mean, they got some nice young pieces, but that's about it. Let's start off with their pitching set. They got their ace in German Marquez, which I'm a big fan of. I'm just not a big fan of him pitching in Colorado. To me, they should try to trade him and get a lot of value for him. And this guy, to me, on another team would be a bona fide ace with a contender. I mean, this guy could be a legit number 1, number 2 starter. And he has very electric stuff and very good stuff. A team would love to have. The number 2 starter, John Gray. That's another guy who could be traded this year or the next offseason. He has some very good stuff after couple of injury-plagued seasons, and now he has built up his value where they can trade him and get prospects for him. If not, he is a free agent after this year. Their number 3 star is Kyle Freeland. Well, he had a good first year, and then second year, I mean, not much. I mean, he really had a down year big time. So he could maybe be another trade value too in order to get value back. The number 4 star is Jeff Hoffman. The number 5 star is Peter Lambert. Now let's go to the bullpen. They got Scott Oberg, the setup man in the 8th. The setup man in the 7th, Julio Diaz. And their 9th inning closer is Wade Davis. Wade Davis turned out to be a bust in Colorado since he got there. I mean, just in yesterday's news, they cut Jake McGee and they cut Brian Shaw. These were 3 guys they signed to the bullpen in order for them to have a successful bullpen in Colorado. But in Colorado, it's hard to have pitching because the longitude and the balls just fly out of there. And a lot of people, a lot of years they tried and still hasn't become successful. I mean, who else? They got James Pazos, Philip Deal, Tyler Kenley. I mean, these are just a few names. I mean, to me, they should just try, in my opinion, try to trade whatever they can, try to build a minor league system and just help develop young players and just help build through their minor league system. Because I don't know if free agents really want to go there anymore, to be honest. Alright, starting it now, let's look at the offensive side. Starting catcher, you got Tony Walters. He's not bad, but he hasn't proven anything. As starting first base, you got Ryan McMahon. This is his chance now to take over first base, and hopefully he could put up some numbers over there. With Ian Desmond opting out of the season, that's another guy they signed to a big contract, turned out to be a bust in Colorado. He hasn't been the same player, so here's his chance, Ryan McMahon, to hopefully do some damage. At second base, you got Daniel Murphy, another guy they signed. He really hasn't done much, so they should try to trade him and get value for him. At shortstop, you got Trevor Story, who in my opinion is a very good shortstop, and he puts up good numbers. I just hope he could play for a contender because he is about winning, and hopefully can get him going in the right direction, trade him and get value back. They're starting third baseman and their star, Nolan Arenado. Like I was saying in my previous segment when I was talking about him, is that they should trade him, get a lot of prospects, a lot of value back for him, and just let him go be with a contender, because I don't see Colorado winning in the near future or anytime soon. Their outfield contains of, in left field you got Raimel Tapia. In center field you got Charlie Blackmon. That's another guy who signed a big contract, and he has been actually disappointing ever since. That's another guy they should move and try to get prospects for him. In right field, they got David Dahl. This guy here has been plagued by injuries for the last 2 years. Hopefully with a healthy season, he has a power in his bat, and hopefully he could do very well. I mean, that's all for the Rockies, to be honest with you. To me, blow up the team, see what they can get, just develop young players, develop that minor league system, get a new manager, let it just blow it all up, and hopefully they could start brand new. And we'll see where that goes. Thank you all. See you next time.